What's up guys, today we're playing some 5-color Ritual in Modern. So typically we're playing Simic or Sultai Ritual, but today I wanted to try the 5-color list. I've been seeing different 5-color Ritual lists featuring Magmatic Hellkite, so I definitely want to give this one a go. Love this card, love all the 5-color shenanigans you can get into. This is just a very grindy deck, a grindier take on the Ritual deck. So because we're 5-color, we have our domain mana here with Indatha Triumph, and then Steam Vents or Thundering Falls. With this deck, mana is very important. You have to pay close attention to which fetch land you're actually using to get specific lands, because you can screw yourself out of double color mana. We have double red, double blue, double white. Definitely need to be aware of that. I think the best part about this deck is that Shardless Agent only hits Birthing Ritual. So with Simic, you're hitting all your little dorks that draw cards, get that value that way. But this always hits Ritual, so that way you have that free spin with Shardless. So for our 4-drops, we have our set of Subtlety, Omnath, and Hellkite. So these are the cards you're looking for after you hit with Shardless Agent. Subtlety is just a great free spell right now. Omnath provides a lot of value for this deck. And then Hellkite's just kind of like a cheeky card in this deck. You can get it off Shardless, it can kill Urza Saga, it can kill Tron lands. It's just like weirdly good. For 1-ofs, we have 1 Kavaro. This is a Spider-Man card that is basically a copy effect for graveyards. 1 Endurance, 1 Force, 1 Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. This just doubles all your triggers, which cancels out opponent's Solitudes and Riddlers, which are basically the only way they can get rid of our cards. The top decks are running Solitudes and Quantum Riddlers, so Elish Norn just kind of hoses that deck. It also shuts off Leyline Bindings, but doubles our triggers. Moving on to the sideboard, we have 2 Janeth Magistrate, we have 4 Mystical Disputes for blue decks, Charmals for Lands Matters decks, 2 Rough and Tumble for Go Wide creature decks, Teferi for blue decks, and then 3 Wear Tear for artifacts and enchantments. So that's just a quick overview of 5-color Birthing Ritual in Modern. Before we get into the video, I want to quickly talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are Mana Traders content creators, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. Also, we do deck techs, so if you have a cool idea for a deck, feel free to reach out and maybe we can play it on the channel. So if you want to see more modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, welcome to match 1 on the play. We can try this hand. We have turn 2 Birthing Ritual into Shardless Agent with some removal, and if we need to pitch, we can. Pretty solid. Lead off on a Flooded Strand. Oh, they go Hedge Maze. So this is either Ritual Mirror or Neobrand. Kind of want it to be Neobrand because we have the Subtlety. Alright, we'll fetch. We could get the Triumph, but then we don't have blue. So maybe we just Surveil here. Riddler. It's another blue card. Do we want Riddler? I'm going to say yeah. We have the Ritual too, so we could Riddler Ritual out. So let's go Stomping Ground. Play out a Naked Birthing Ritual. We can get it in before they have any counterspells up, depending on what it is. Oh, it is the Mirror. Of course it's the Mirror, right? Million decks in Modern, and we play the Mirror. They go Misty. Probably get a basic, yeah. Oracle? Their own Ritual. We draw Omnath. I guess we're just going to shard this then. Get the Birthing Ritual anyway. Do they have another Force? There's no way. Okay. I was going to say, that would have been crazy. Oh my god, they have Subtlety? Subtlety pitching Shardless. So we can Subtlety their Subtlety and then spin with Ritual. We could put this on top and just like not care. I think I'm just going to put this on top and Subtlety their next something or other. I'll say top. We're not going to be making a land drop, which sucks, but it should be fine. They've gone down 2 cards each time with Subtlety and Force, so I guess it sucks because they're going to have their own. They've had 2 Shardless in hand. Yeah, that sucks. I really want to do the same thing they did to us. Fibble Thip. Alright, I guess we're doing the same thing anyway. We'll just hit the Fibble Thip so they don't draw a card. Alright, we can't do anything. Hopefully they just like don't hit well. We can also Quantum Riddler Birthing Ritual. That's not terrible because we can draw 2. They just hit an Ice Fang. And they did put Fibble Thip on the bottom, which makes sense. Start with Warping. We do draw the land. So we can Leyline Binding this. And they're like F6'd. I guess we'll see what we hit off Quantum first. So Birthing Ritual triggers. We find Hellkite or Kavaro. Kavaro doesn't hit anything. We find 2 Birthing Rituals also. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna take the Hellkite. Enters, kill the Hedge Maze. This does have Death Touch. So I'm trying to think if we Leyline this now because they're like tapped out. They're F6, so we could do this. They'd have to play another Birthing Ritual. I think I'm just going to pass. They play Mistrise Village. They do have Hardcast Counterspell if they want to. Like, again, maybe that was a reason to do it, but we can get Indatha Triumph, cast Leyline Binding. See if they have it and we messed up. Oh, Sink into Stupor. I guess, like, best case scenario. Let's see if they find an Oculus. They do. So they're going to get some value. We draw Omnath. Let's cast Leyline Binding. I guess we're going to eat the Oculus. Cast Shardless. Get another Birthing Ritual. Missing the land drop sucks, especially for Omnath, but it's okay. Get him for 4. Hopefully this isn't anything good. Get double triggers. First one we find... Oh, we do find the Solitude. So we'll sacrifice here to get the Solitude. Eat that. We could have gotten Witch Enchanter as well, but this could be something to flip. And we can also find another one. Okay, maybe not. This can find Kavaro, which can copy Ice Fang, or just Endurance to get rid of their entire graveyard. I kind of like the Endurance part. I like Endurance. It's just like shores up the Oculus issue. But Ritual hitting this could be a thing, or Witch Enchanter. Okay, cool. Yeah, there were a lot of decision points there that we probably could have changed or made differently, but it ended up working out. So we're up against the Pseudo Mirror. We kind of go a little bigger, but we have Teferi's Disputes that they don't have. I mean, Wear Tear's pretty good too. So is Drannith Magistrate for Shardless. I think Hellkite's not very good. We're going to take Hellkite out. Kavaro, kind of medium. Force is good. Elish Norn, obviously the best. Leyline Binding's good. We definitely want all of this. Magistrate doesn't stop Birthing Ritual. Just because it's not chaos, it's just put into the battlefield. Wear Tear is tempting for the rituals. Maybe like down 2 Subtlety, bring in a Wear Tear. Maybe like 2 Wear Tears like that. I'm gonna try that. Alright, game 2, and this is kind of an awkward hand. We have Leyline Binding, we have the Tear for their Birthing Ritual. If we draw any fetch land, we're solid. I think I'm gonna keep. Like, we could just draw running lands and just be super happy. They go Island Pass. It's a slower match, so we don't have to go, like, too hard. Yeah, like, here's Steam Vents. We're just gonna play this tapped and pass. Hopefully they just run out Birthing Ritual again. Oracle, okay. I don't think we Subtlety that. It's, like, whatever. And they ramp. So this is, like, a free Surveil land for them. We draw Omnath. Not very good. I'm gonna bolt this in, and I'm just going to warp. Like, maybe it needs a Mystical Dispute. This is kind of like a whatever play for us. We just want to hit lands. Force is something, I guess. I guess the only downside to tapping out here is if they play Birthing Ritual, we'll just have to force it, I guess. Alright, they shock in Breeding Pool. Oh, true. Harbinger. That's one of the downsides to this deck is they get to play Harbinger and we don't. They put it on top, so we stem the bleeding for a turn. We do have Leyline Binding, but it's going to cost a lot of mana. Fetch land? Fortunately, they didn't have a Flare. We'd be screwed. We draw Birthing Ritual, no green mana. This costs 3 mana. So we're just gonna bolt that in, hold up Leyline Binding. Actually, it doesn't even matter because when they cast Harbinger, our Leyline Binding just still costs 1,000,000 mana. Okay, they decide to Shardless instead. Interesting choice. They find Paw Patch. They're gonna draw a card and make a food. Okay, that kind of worked out for us, that they didn't cast Harbinger for whatever reason. Alright, I guess we just need to hit lands. Yeah, a little unfortunate here. This is probably gonna go to a game 3 because we can't hit a land drop. Alright, they get in with everything. Down to 11. If they play Harbinger, we just lose. Yeah, Harbinger lands. We'll take a draw step. Of course, we draw the fetch land now. Yeah, nothing we can do. We need Disputes, we need fetch lands. I mean, Subtlety looking better just because of Harbinger. I mean, I guess Solitude takes care of Harbinger too. So we're not completely dead to it. We have 4 Disputes, 4 Solitudes. Alright, we'll try this. Run it back. Game 3 on the play. 1 lander. Got them all. These hands. We're going to keep, I guess, put back a Subtlety. This is going to get, I don't know. We only have Lush Portico and Thundering Falls, so we can't get Edge Maze with this. Alright, we'll lead up on Misty. So we need fetch lands, we need Disputes. They just go Misty, go. We'll fetch. Definitely need green. But we can't get green-white. Like, maybe we need to Surveil, just like we have to hit something. Alright, let's just get the Lush Portico. Even though we have white, if we don't hit the land, we can still cast Birthing Ritual. It's just going to feel bad. But it'll dig us closer to a fetch land. Breeding Pool is acceptable. That's what we were going to fetch, but we'll just take it off the top. Opponent finds a Hedge Maze. They put Birthing Ritual into the graveyard. So that must mean they have one, which is fine. We'll cast our own, see if they want to force this. If they do, we're totally fine with it. We like want them to force this, actually. Oh, so they force a Vigor it. I mean, same difference. I'm fine with that, too. I'm assuming they're just going to play their own ritual here. Yeah. So if we can find a Wear Tear, I'd be happy about that. But we're just going to shard this into another. So this can't get a force, unfortunately. So I think we just shock that in and play Shardless. Get a Birthing Ritual. Hopefully they don't have Harbinger. Move to Birthing Ritual. We find... Oh, Witch Enchanter. Sacrifice here. Get a Witch Enchanter. Beautiful. They have 3 cards in hand. If they do go Harbinger, it's kind of whatever. We can attack. Ritual this out. If we draw white swords, we can always force it. They bolt in the springs, so they must have it. Oh, it's just Shardless. Okay. See what they find. No, they find Paw Patch. Okay. That's kind of funny. This time it actually did something. Let's see what we draw. We have a lot of good top decks. I'll play this out. I'm gonna get in just because we're ahead on clock. If they want to trade, that's fine. All right, no blocks. We'll just pass. They do find the Birthing Ritual. Get in for 2. Hopefully they brick. They find Fibblethip. They get to draw 2 cards. And we're gonna Thundering Falls here. Land to the graveyard. Quantum Riddler. Play Flooded Strand. Attack for 2. I guess we're just gonna pass. Just hold up interaction. Coiling Oracle. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna subtlety that. They still will have the Birthing Ritual target, unfortunately. Oh, they shocked this in. Do they have Ice Fang? Alright, well that's annoying too. No attacks. They get to trigger this. If they hit Oculus, we have Solitude for it. Wait, they sacked it and didn't do anything. That's weird. Good for us, I guess. Get the Endaltha Triumph. We draw Shardless. Oof, that's pretty good. Let's attack first. So there's a couple plays we can make. We can either... Okay, they do decide to block. They chump, actually. They don't even have Death Touch. So we can hold up Solitude, so that way none of these creatures get going. Or we can Shardless Agent, Birthing Ritual ourselves. I feel like we're ahead enough to where we can do this. Let's cast Shardless. Okay, and they've had enough anyway. Match 2 on the draw, and we have a 1-lander. Pretty great hand otherwise, but let's mulligan to be safe. I'd typically keep that if we were not a 5-color deck. Alright, this hand is good enough. We'll put back Elish Norn. Swamp into Inquisition. Oh, unfortunately, they take our Shardless Agent. The only good thing about this hand. We draw Misty. So at least we're going to have all colors of mana. Opponent is apparently stuck on 1 land. We'll take that. Go Misty. Pass the turn. Hive. Dolthy. Go get Thundering Falls. Omnath. Omnath. We can cast it in a couple turns. We're just kind of swamped with 4 drops. And then we need fetch lands. I'm going to say no. I want either like removal or Shardless. Leyline Binding is acceptable as well. Play this tapped. I don't know if we're going to have to Leyline Binding this or not, but we'll see. Swamp into Emperor. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to get rid of this. Kind of wish we were able to get Subtlety mana up for that. But we actually don't have double blue, so... Alright, they Emperor. Attack for 3. I guess we'll just Leyline Binding this now, so that way we can Hellkite the Hive. Solitude's decent. Yeah, we don't have double blue. Cast Hellkite, eat the Hive. They're going to have a lot of swamps, so it's not going to take them off mana. But getting rid of Hellkite's important. We'd love a land. Land would be the best draw. Fetch land. We'd love a fetch land. Another Dolthy. Okay. So land for Solitude for this, so we can actually, like, try to race. Maybe we subtlety that, actually. Maybe that was the best choice, because we don't have double blue. Kind of regretting not subtletying it. Witch Enchanter. It's a land. I'm just going to Solitude now. Shouldn't make a difference, just for that F6 value, but you could definitely wait for their turn. Oh, no, they have push. No. Alright, well, Solitude will gain some life back, at least. Just back and forth like this. They can cast Hellkite, though. That would be ideal, so we could subtlety it. Liliana. Damn, we're just losing the mono black control here. Alright, we'll pitch subtlety. All because we didn't have double blue. See if they put that on top. They do. Looks like they're thinking if they want to take our Hellkite. Alright, they choose not to. We're probably like dead next turn if we don't draw anything, and we do not. Let's attack. Gonna play this out, try to get a Lush Portico. Need a Surveil. Even though it would be nice to save this for Omnath. So they're gonna Liliana, down tick, kill Solitude, get him for 3. We're gonna go down to 5. There's the down tick. And now they always have like Solitude ready. They should just get in though. They shouldn't worry about this. Alright, they do get in for 3. They tap a mana for Funeral Charm. Alright, we go down to 4. Go down to 3. So we're dead, most likely, but we'll take a draw step. Birthing Ritual. Our draws did not line up, clearly. We draw the land, okay. Yeah, rough draws against mono black. I don't even think we have anything. We just have to not draw poorly. Yeah, I think we just run it back, honestly. On the play this time. Alright, we have at least 2 lands. We'll keep this. Especially against a Thoughtseize deck. We're going to have Domain here. So hopefully we can draw a land before they take our Shardless. Lead off on Windswept Heath. Urborg. Into Thoughtseize. Let's see it. Inquisition again. Ugh. It feels so bad. I just want to resolve Shardless Agent, be so good against them. It kind of sucks that they still have that even in the deck, because we only have, like, very few things that hits. But it's hitting, so good for them. Get Endaltha. We draw the Subtlety. We'll pass. Most likely subtletying something. If not, we'll Leyline Binding it. Get a Swamp into Dolthy. So it's like, we can subtlety this, we can Solitude this. I'm just going to let this go. We have so many ways of getting rid of this. I'd rather not waste the Leyline Binding on it, or just like pitch spells to go down. Just lands. Oh my god. This is so sad. Alright, we'll pass. Just 2 games in a row. They play Hive, tapped. Into another Dolthy? Alright, I'll subtlety this one. I'm stumbling too hard. I mean, I guess we could have just Solituded it instead. I'll see what they do with it. Maybe they put it on the bottom. No, they keep it. They attack for 3. Go to our turn. We draw Quantum. Alright, we are gonna warp it for a land drop. No, come on, come on, come on. This sucks. Alright, warp goes away, and we just have to pass. Could subtlety this. We're just going to maybe hold up force for like a Lily or something. Maybe they change up their plan. Nope, just Dolthy. They get him for 3. Come on, something. Flooded Strand, yeah. I'm gonna cast Leyline Binding now. Again, I don't think it matters when we do it, but we are gonna Surveil, looking for another land. And then we have Quantum here, so even if we go down cards, it's like fine. Like we kind of want to force, we want them to cast like a Lily or something that we can force, like a non-creature spell. Alright, they get him for 3. We have 4 turns. Come on, non-creature. Lily, please. Yes, thank you. Alright, we are gonna go down to 9, so now it's a quicker clock, but it's okay. Get Thundering Falls. Land to the top. Playered Mesa. We don't have to crack it, we can actually just use, what's it called? We'll eat the Hive. They're like mono black anyway, so hitting the Urborg is not going to do anything. Unless they're a Coffers deck, and we just haven't seen Coffers. One more land would be perfect. They get him for 3. They have another Charm? They do. Down to 4. Oh, we draw the Plains too, that's huge. Alright, we're going to cast this now, so that way they can't untap and sack it. The only thing they can have is like push on this, but it's like fine. We'll attack. Man, if we come back from this, I will be excited. There's a push. They have 3 cards in hand on the untap. We have Quantum waiting in the wings. Emperor of Bones. Oof. Okay. So that can eat a Hellkite. And that's what it does. Pretty obnoxious. And we draw the Solitude. Ugh. Alright. Feeling a little better about this game now that we're actually drawing well. Cast Solitude. Eat their Emperor. Like we needed exactly Solitude here. Or just like cast Quantum into double white Solitude. Now we can gain some life back up to 7. They're still at 21. They got a lot of life to work with. I mean, they're casting cards. Is this another... Oh, Waste Not. Okay. It's a Waste Not deck. And they just concede anyway. Okay. So we just never saw Waste Not. Do we have anything, like, maybe Teferi? To bounce their Dolthies? I don't know if that's even good. Like, Force on Lily is good, but, like, that's... Force on Lily and Waste Not, I guess, is decent. Endurance. Maybe take out Endurance for, like, Teferi? Try that. I don't even think I want to bring in Wear Tear. Alright, game 3, and this is an interesting hand. This is Inquisition proof. We have 2 lands. We have Domain here. I'm gonna roll with it. Let's just do it. Hopefully they go Inquisition. Pay 1 mana. Look at your hand. Because we could have mulliganed that to like a better 6, but then they just maybe take your best card. So we sort of hit a land drop in Witch Enchanter. They play Urborg. Dolthy. I think we are gonna subtlety that, honestly. Let's get Indatha. I think it's worth it here. They put it on top. Draw Solitude. So now we can Solitude Resolved 1 at some point. This can get a Thundering Falls to Surveil for more fetch lands. Marsh Flats. Ooh, they extirpate our subtleties. Interesting. Okay, they can have our subtlety. Such a weird card to bring in. I'm fine with that exchange also. It's basically a Thoughtseize. Cracks fetch, plays Dolthy out. Oh, I meant to fetch here. We'll go get a Thundering Falls. Looking for fetch lands. Hellkite, no. Lush Portico. Guess we'll play that out. We will keep that on top. And then I guess we're going to Solitude this Dolthy before it can maybe get Hellkite back or something. And then the Shardless Agent should put us pretty far ahead with Birthing Ritual. It would just be terrible if they decided to activate Dolthy and Hellkite our like Triumph. Alright, there's a Waste Not. Are they holding up Hand Disruption? They are not. Okay, phew. Shardless Agent. Cast that. Find Birthing Ritual. I'm going to play this tapped, even though this can kill this. But it's a land drop for Omnath. And if we draw a fetch land, we'll be really happy. Holy crap, we brick. Triple Leyline Binding. Wow. Look at the cards. Alright, we looked at them. Oh, Inquisition loses again. That's huge. They should know that we have this in hand also. 3 mana. Oh no, Liliana. Alright, they get to make a 2-2. Damn, their last card was Lily. Oh, we draw the fetch land too. That sucks. Alright, we're gonna play that out. Birthing Ritual is gonna trigger. It sucks that they have Lily now because they can just do whatever. Alright, we get an Omnath. Omnath triggers. We draw an island, unfortunate. Now they can down tick. They do down tick. Sacrifice Omnath. Could have maybe just cracked the fetch to gain some life. That probably would have been better. Could hold this in play if we do draw another Omnath. There's only 2 more left, I think, right? Yeah, we didn't board any out. Alright, no more lands now. Now we're like flooding. Ugh, come on. Alright, play Misty. Now I definitely wish I cracked that for 4 life. So they can start activating Hive Tyrant. Oh, they Thoughtseize. That misses, so Waste Not doesn't trigger. They should have just upticked. Discard that. They make mana for nothing. I mean, I guess they can activate Hive Tyrant. Get him for 5. They exile Omnath. Alright, we definitely need something. Oh my god, dude. How are these games this bad? Like, we go from never drawing any lands to just drawing all lands. Alright. Play this tapped. This is wild. Like, we could be thinning the deck, but we could also draw Omnath. Then we're losing life. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get hit for 5 again. Liliana just kind of hoses us too. The crazy part is they've wasted so many hand disruption spells and like surgicals, and it just doesn't matter because this is what we have. That's the sad part. The uptick. I'm not gonna crack these because if we, yeah, like that's insane. Match 3 on the play, and we're gonna keep this hand. We have a nice balance of lands and kind of decent curve here. After last game, I don't even know what to think, but we'll lead off on the Triome. We can have full domain with Birthing Ritual into Warped Riddler next turn, or in 2 turns. Sacred Foundry. Is this Energy or Storm? Energy. Another Riddler. So let's get Steam Vents. Cast Birthing Ritual. Hopefully they don't have like a million Guide Prides. Voice of Victory. That's also really bad. I guess as long as they don't have the main deck Blood Moon Island. So let's go Warp Riddler. Leyline Binding. Okay, I like that for Voice that we have to take care of this turn. Let's get the Plains, cast Leyline Binding. I think we take care of the Voice here. You could argue getting rid of Guide, but not sure. So Birthing Ritual triggers we find. Oh, Solitude, sure. Could also take a Quantum Riddler, but I think getting rid of this is important. Sack here. The Solitude, eat Guide. Riddler is like a nice body also, but again, if they have crazy plays with cats and all that stuff, like I feel like they're setting up for a main deck Blood Moon. Oh, just Flage, okay. So that is going to kill Solitude. That's fine. We get to Hellkite into Ritual. Actually, we can't Hellkite, we don't have double red. Get Omnath. Island. We could also Warp Riddler, again. Should have warped before playing the land. Shardless, it didn't matter. Play another Birthing Ritual. So now we get double warps here. Or double ritual triggers, let's see. Okay, we find an Omnath. Sack here. Get an Omnath. Find a Solitude. Find a Quantum. Sack here. Could also Endurance them, but let's just Quantum. Find a Leyline Binding. No land. But now we have Shardless and Solitude. They shock in Sacred Foundry. They do have the Blood Moon and Ocelot Pride. So we can Leyline Binding the Blood Moon. It's not the biggest deal. And we draw the basic forest too. That's actually hilarious. So we'll play the forest. This only costs 2. Let's cast Leyline Binding. Eat the moon. Cast Shardless Agent. We're gonna have 3 Birthing Rituals out. Birthing Ritual. Attack for 4. This is crazy. This is redemption for last match. Alright, we'll move to end step. Trigger. Elish Norn. Oh, Kavaro. So we can actually Kavaro the Flage to kill the Ocelot Pride. I like that. I mean, Elish Norn's also incredible. Let's see what this interaction actually does. I'm just curious. So we'll sack here. We'll get Kavaro. We can't even get Elish Norn anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, man. So we could exile Flage. We could exile Solitude. I just don't know if... Let's just be safe. I'll get the Solitude. And then we find Quantum. Sack here. We also find Omnath or Quantum. Take a Quantum. Draw Shardless. We'll say no to that one. We didn't see anything good there. And then we'll pass. So depending on what we draw, if we draw a fetch land, we'll go Omnath, fetch land. But we can always just Shardless, get the 4th Ritual, and just churn through our deck again. Alright, they concede. Yeah, I kind of wish I took Flage. I'm not 100% sure if we have to sacrifice it or not. Alright, so we're up against Energy. Definitely want the Rough and Tumbles. Hellkite is decent against Arena, but that's about it. Definitely want this. Kavaro is weirdly Graveyard Hate. Wear Tear is pretty good against Bombardment. So bring in 2 Wear Tear, 2 Rough and Tumble. We'll take out 3 Hellkite and a Force. Alright, game 2, and we'll keep this hand. We have Domain, Rituals, Warp. They do have the Monkey. Can't really do anything about that. Play Flooded Strand. So we're going to play Flooded Strand because if they have a turn 2 Blood Moon, we're going to want to get a Plains here. And we're just going to be sad about it. Arena. God of Souls. Oh, into Goblin Bombardment. Alright, nice curve for them. Pretty crazy turn 2. Get the Indatha. Cast Thundering Falls. Rough and Tumble. Keep on top. So hopefully we just Leyline Binding this, then Rough and Tumble their board away. Alright, they get in with everything. What they exiled last time? Oh, Omnath. And, oh wait, no. We kept Rough and Tumble on top. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's my bad. So we want to Leyline Binding the Ragavan if I wanted to draw that. That's my bad. And now they have the Blood Moon too. Yeah, I totally messed that up. Yeah, now we're just kind of screwed. I'm just going to eat the Ragavan here. They might have another one, but it'll kind of slow them down even though Bombardment's better. Alright, draw Windswept Heath. Yeah, now we're just kind of SOL. Like maybe we just get the basics because we have so many fetch lands, and of course they have another Ragavan. Checks out. We also want the Wear Tears for Blood Moon as well, so 2 good wear tear targets. We should have brought in all 3. We just brought in 2. Alright, well, scoop and sideboard better. Bring in wear tear and try that. Yeah, so as long as we get the planes, we have access to Leyline Binding and Tear. That's all we have to do. That was just poor play. On the play for game 3. And we have lands, we have Quantum. I guess we try it. We can get to a main and then we can fetch a planes whenever. Like maybe we want to get like Forest, Island, Guide of Souls. Like I'm fine with just getting an island here. And then we can get a planes here. Warp Riddler, find Omnath. We go Mountain into Bauble. Vexing Bauble. Solitude Guide in response. Yeah, Vexing Bubble's another good wear tear target. Oh, and they had the Ocelot Pride too. Okay. We draw the Rough. So let's fetch. Get a Stomping Ground. Trying to think if it's worth it to Rough now just to get rid of these 2. Maybe we didn't have to fetch Shock immediately. We could have thought about it. I think we do that because next turn we can hold up Subtlety. So we Rough, clear the board, see if they have the Blood Moon. Elegant Parlor tapped. They keep it on top. Okay, I'm kind of glad I Rough and Tumbled then. Solitude. So now we can just Subtlety whatever they play. A little awkward not being able to get the basic. Could Surveil here. Looking for a fetch land. I mean, a Leyline Binding's pretty solid too. Ugh, wait, we didn't get... I meant to get double blue. Oh man. Okay, that's brutal. I hate not having Hedge Maze in here. Dash Ragavan. Yeah, we could have easily Subtletied that. Now we're gonna have to Leyline Binding it. They fetch with the trigger on the stack. Do they have their own wear tear? I guess they would. It makes sense. Because we have Birthing Rituals and stuff. Ugh, we're playing so poorly. Oh, just Thraben Charm. So Ragavan's gonna connect. Finds a Leyline Binding. They can't cast it. Come on, fetch land. Blue, green, red. Fetch land? Witch Enchanter. Plays tapped. Yeah, not getting that double blue there just completely hosed our hand and Riddler here. We're gonna block and I don't care if they discharge. We know they have all reactive spells. They're not casting anything. Oh, just Fleege. Ugh. I'd love to Subtlety that, maybe. Yeah, we can't even... Actually, we can't because of Bauble. Alright, so we're just gonna have to hold open Solitude. There's the wear tear. Yeah, not having this double blue, we could just Subtlety this on the way back. Now we have to take an extra 3, give them 6 life. They're hasting it. This would be such a blowout, too. Alright, that happens. Cast Solitude. Exile Fleege. They're up to 30 now. We can start gaining some life back unless they have Discharge. They fetch Sacred Foundry. They have another Fleege. Okay. So Solitude down. So that opens up a window for us to Witch Enchanter this and just get a body on the ground. And we're going to do this because they're tapped out so they can't cycle it instead of casting Quantum, which could be a play, but we can also hold up Terror as well. Just really need a fetch land. Really need some mana. Jeez. Third Fleege. Witch Enchanter down. Because they're about to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they just need one more card in the graveyard. Oh my god. Alright, I guess we're just... Wait, we can't even hardcast Riddler. I can't believe that. And they draw the fetch land. And we don't have a blue card to pitch for Subtlety. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All kinds of mistakes. Yeah, they get back Fleege. They get to deals 12. Down to 1. Man, just 1. It's turn 9. We draw Shardless. Just needed anything a turn sooner. We'll cast it. Cast Birthing Ritual. Just going through the motions. Trigger Birthing Ritual. And we just miss anyway. Damn. Yeah, super unfortunate with this 1 fetch here. Match 4 on the play. And we can try this. It's a little land heavy, but we can surveil our way into some threats. Start with an Arid Mesa. Steam Vents. So this could be Prowess. So Binding's good. Solitude, all of it's really good for that. Gnandatha. Shardless is really good, actually. We shouldn't have let off on Arid Mesa because this can't get Steam Vents. Alright, we'll play with the Lush Portico then. Yeah, that was a mistake. Leyline Binding. I'll keep on top. We can still get a blue source, just no red. Should have led on the Windswept. Urza Saga. Okay, so this is going to be just like Emery Affinity. No plays. Leyline Binding's really good against Construct, so that's good to know. Alright, we draw our Leyline Binding. We'll go get a blue source. Get Breeding Pool. Cast Shardless Agent. Get Birthing Ritual. I was really hoping they didn't have a consign. Trigger, we find Hellkite. We can take Hellkite, Ether Saga. That's brutal for them. They usually only run 1 island also. So getting rid of their Saga and getting their only basic out. Darksteel, ooh. Can't Hellkite that. Double Bauble. Please don't have Kappa yet. They need a lot more artifacts to cast it, but still. Shadow Spear. I'd love to get a blue card to Subtlety that. Or you could just like pitch Solitude, pay 4. Another Subtlety, sweet. So we'll just Subtlety it straight up. Move to combat. That's what it looks like they're doing. They're not cracking the baubles, so we're assuming that they have the Kappa. Attack with Hellkite. Trigger Ritual. We find an Omnath or a Hellkite to eat the vents. I think we want the Omnath. Sacrifice here. Could eat their red source, though. Let's get the Hellkite, actually. I'm not sure. I want to see how many basics they run. Again, usually I think it's only 1, but if we eat their red source, they're not running a mountain. Yeah, okay. So that's just a strip mine right there. Mox Opal. Show me the Kappa. Thought Monitor. Okay, well that's gonna get subtlety'd anyway. Hallowed Fountain. Get subtlety. And we're just gonna do this like 3 turns in a row. And they've seen enough. So up against Affinity, we want Dispute, and we want Wear Tear. I mean, Hellkite's usually not that good, but obviously there it looked insane. Endurance can come out, Force can come out. I mean, Hellkite's good against Saga as well. Kavaro, not really. We need 4 more cuts, because we definitely want all of this. All 7 of these. They're mono blue Affinity, so all the artifacts, all the anti-blue. Like, do we just trim like 1 of everything? Let's say 4. So like an Omnath, Subtlety, Solitude, Hellkite. And try that. Could even bring in like Teferi too, but I don't know. Maybe that's overkill. We'd have to trim a lot more. We have the Disputes. They could be a Rebuke deck. Teferi down tick's not doing too much. All right, game 2, and this hand's just a little too slow. So let's mulligan. This hand also sucks. We don't have green for the ritual. This is kind of whatever. Let's go to 5. We have so many sideboard cards. We have not seen any sideboard cards, but we're going to put back Elish Norn. We can put back Birthing Ritual or Solitude. I like this curve. I'm going to put back Solitude. Hopefully we can just Ritual, Agent, and just kind of get a lot of value there. Oh, they have Pinnacle. If we had Solitude, white card, we'd pitch and kill that most likely. Hopefully they don't have like the nuts. Okay, just 2. Draw Breeding Pool. Let's go Windswept Heath. We'll get Endotha Triome, and then we can just shock in Steam Vents and play Birthing Ritual. They go Saga. Oh, and they just cast Pinnacle. Okay. We find another Opal. They're popping off. They only have 2 cards in hand, but this is a good start for them. And they can start making constructs, so as of now, we're probably not getting there, but we'll see. Love like a Wear Tear. If we can tear this, then we'll feel a lot better. So let's actually get a Lush Portico here, looking for that Wear Tear. We have so many lands that we don't have to get the Triome immediately. Omnath, no. Dispute. So we could shock this in, play Ritual, pass. So we could shock this in and hold up Dispute, but then they just make constructs. But they play Kappa if they had it. I'm just going to pass. I think we have to take the high upside in terms of kind of snagging a Kappa, but we'll see if they just make constructs and we didn't do anything. They do shock that in. They get him for 6, down to 9. They might also just have like their own counterspell. Yeah, Quantum. All right, we'll get an island, cast Shardless. Maybe we can hit a Hellkite, and actually, yeah, maybe we can hit a Hellkite and get rid of the Saga. They only get to make 1, and then maybe we can find something else. Looks like they have Ritual Removal, just Dismember. All right, so this is, let's see if they get the boots here. We should be dead. Did they get the boots? They do get the boots, okay. All right, so play draw, definitely, and then the Fairy's pretty decent against Saga as well. We also just did not see our sideboard cards. Need to see those. All right, we'll try this. On the play for game 3. There we go. I say here we go, but we just have all Izzet lands with Wear Tear. We got a mulligan. Okay, rewarded. We have the Leyline Binding, we have the Wear Tear just to slow things down. Put back Stomping Ground. Lead off on Flooded Strand. So we'll see if they go Urza Saga turn 1. Most likely not. Hopefully they don't have like a crazy Pinnacle start again. Oh, tap land. Okay, good. So this will get Endotha. The Fairy's decent. Play Misty and pass. So we're assuming that they're going to play Saga here. No. Mox Opal. Interesting. Maybe they're holding up counter magic. Get Thundering Falls. Looking for fetch lands. Shardless Agent is good enough. Cast Shardless. Cast Birthing Ritual. Do they have the Rebuke? They do. Okay, so we still get a 2-2 out of it. Not the biggest deal. Bobble. Tap Steam Vents. They bubble us. Okay. So that means they have like a weak hand. Solitude. Let's attack. Try to play Teferi. Another. Damn, okay. So they're just sitting on all counter magic. They just hardcast Pinnacle. Okay, that's fine. Definitely gonna binding this. Another Shardless though. Alright, we got a Shardless. If anything, we can just Solitude. Cast another Ritual. Can't imagine they force a negation. Alright, that lands. Alright, we'll pass. Trigger. Come on, something. We find Witch Enchanter. Perfect. Like that. Witch Enchant. Eat the Pinnacle. Very lucky to have found both of them in the top 15 cards. They have another one. Stomping Ground. I'm going to play this tapped, and then I'm going to just Ritual, holding up Wear Tear, Solitude, Leyline Binding. No, we missed. Wow. Just all lands. Springleaf Drum. Maybe we should have just Leyline Binding this. Yeah, I don't know. We should have Leyline Binding this, just now that I'm like thinking about it. That's my bad. I don't know like what I was waiting for, just because they're eventually going to accrue enough just stuff from Pinnacle. No reason not to. Alright, they pass back. We find Hellkite. If anything, that's eats a counter, but it's like whatever. Eat a land. They get their island. Get to attack. Gotta put a clock on there. Down to 14. Trigger. We miss again. Wow, okay. Say no. So we're missing land drops and we're missing ritual triggers. They have access to 3, 4 mana. So despite missing, we still get there. Alright, welcome to the final match on the draw. This hand has no fetch lands, like kind of top heavy. We could turn 2 Riddler, hold up Forest, eventual Leyline Binding. Being on the draw, I guess we could try it. And we're up against Eldrazi. So we definitely want those Hellkites. We draw Omnath, which is not good. Flash Portico, Subtlety, I'm going to say Graveyard for now. Definitely did not keep a good Tron hand. Mine, especially if they just have turn 3 Tron on the play. Windswept Heath, Shotgun Breeding Pool, Warp Quantum Riddler, draw another land. So if they have Tron here, which I'm assuming they will, and then hopefully they cast a Planeswalker that we can force. Alright, they do have turn 3 Tron on the play. Karn will get forced. Now we just have to hope they have nothing else. We draw Shardless Agent, Shotgun Sacred Foundry. It's a shame because we have like a nice curve, but against Tron it just like doesn't matter. Unless we find exactly Hellkite here. Come on, Hellkite. No Hellkite. Unfortunate. We'll take the Omnath. Leyline Binding number 2. Man, Hellkite would have just been the nuts. They play Beseiju. Sylvan Scrying for Yavimaya. No plays. Okay. There's still a chance. Draw Endurance. Let's go Windswept Heath. Trigger. Activate. Go to Plains. Cast Riddler. Another Omnath. Then we'll cast Endurance. Target them. The reason I'm casting all of these things is because I want Ritual to be able to trigger off Endurance if we can. Ugh, we miss again. So like I'm gonna sacrifice Omnath and get a Riddler. Draw another Riddler. So we just have to fade something. Fade All Is Dust. I mean, at least we have Omnath for All Is Dust, but is it just Ulamog? It is Ulamog, okay. We have Leyline Binding for that. That's not the worst thing. They eat the 2 Riddlers. Okay, it could be worse. Some reason we draw the 4th Omnath. Alright, so we're gonna cast Leyline Binding. Shock this in. Get him for 3. We're really hoping to hit a Hellkite here. We will Warp Riddler. No, we find it here. Okay. Alright, trigger Ritual. We miss again. We'll sacrifice here and just get another Quantum. Find Solitude. Just really need to hit a Hellkite. We can cast one next turn at least. Again, we have to fade one more. They play Yavimaya. Do they have a Beseiju for the Ritual? Sylvan Scrying. For Sanctum of Ugin, okay. Are they gonna... Oh, okay, they're Sylvan Scrying again. For Urza's Tower. So we know to hit the mine at least. They're just like ramping up. Maybe we can hit like double Hellkite. Witch Enchanter. Let's go. It's crazy we're not hitting lands either. Lead off on a Hellkite. We've seen so much of our deck, so we're just hoping to find one more with Endurance. They float and they get back that. Okay, yes. Get Endatha. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm trying to think if I want to Leyline Binding this or Solitude this, because if they play play a Planeswalker, then we're going to want to Leyline Binding it. But this is going to give them 10 life. I think this is fine. Eat the Ulamog. Attack. Trigger Birthing Ritual. We miss again. Jesus. Alright, we'll say okay. Say no. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a Tower and a Sanctum in hand, which is 6 mana. Okay, sweet. So up against Eldrazi. Charmal. And this is just like mono green Tron, actually. So we want the Charmals. Endurance can come out. Kavera could be cool. I don't know if Wear and Tears are good. They got Kavero, I think, and we'll try that. We'll see if I want to bring in Wear Tears later. I don't know if they're like a Karn, the Great Creator deck or not. No, game 2, and this hand's way too slow. This hand also sucks. Turn 2 Ritual, have Leyline Binding. I don't know, I'll try it. Put back Sacred Foundry. Like maybe we can snag something. Double Devour. Could maybe go to 5, looking for Charmal. Ugin. Myco Spawn. We draw another land, not good. Play this tapped. Mine. Did they just have it again? We draw Force, but no blue card to pitch. Arid Mesa. Oh, let's actually just run out Ritual. If they have Karn and we have no blue card to pitch, then it is what it is. Forest, okay. For Sylvan Scrying, okay. Unfortunately, we don't have the blue card to pitch for that. They find the power plant. We have Leyline Binding, so we're kind of screwed. The only thing we can do is just hardcast Force. Hopefully it's a Planeswalker. No, it's kicked Myco Spawn. Okay, they get a Sanctum. We will Surveil. Witch Enchanter, no. I'm not going to Leyline Binding this. Pass for our turn, and we draw another Witch Enchanter. Play Island. So we have hardcast Force up. Probably best case scenario. Or they just have nothing. That'd be even better. They have 6 cards, though. There's no way they don't have something. Another Myco Spawn? God damn it. Alright, they get our red source, too. Yeah, there's like nothing we can do about it. 7 mana for Devour. Okay. So they just cast all creatures, and our hand did absolutely nothing. So, let's just run it back. Probably could have mulliganed that hand, I guess. This hand, we're gonna keep. We have Charmal. We have Subtlety to buy time. Flooded Strand. We do need double red, though. That's the only issue. They just like can't keep having turn 3 Tron every time. That's gonna kill me. I mean, we don't need Domain, right? Let's get Thundering Falls here. I mean, it sucks having to bin that, but we have to. Alright, we draw the Windswept Heath. We're gonna do Riddler stuff. Shock that in. Warp Riddler. Draw Solitude. They're gonna play another Tron land. Ooh, Boseiju for Sylvan Scrying. I wish we had Force for that. They get a Mine. Lush Portico. This still costs a bunch of mana. So let's Surveil. Solitude, no. Next turn we can Charm all the Power Plant. Or the Mine, actually. They play the Mine and just pass. Okay. Birthing Ritual. This costs 3 mana. So we'll play out the land, cast Charm all, eat the Mine. Alright, so they cast K command. That's fine. They make a spawn, scry. They keep it on top. Okay, that's kind of scary. Maybe it's like a micro spawn for lands. Subtlety doesn't really do well into that either. Oh, just another scrying. Okay. They find a forest for Ancient Stirrings. Interesting plays. They find Devour. And they just pass. We'll fetch. Go get the Indatha. Oh, we want double blue, right? Yeah, let's just get Hallowed Fountain tapped, actually. Okay, perfect. So let's attack. Now we can do everything with Omnath and fetch land. Hopefully find another Hellkite. Go blue, white, green, red, Omnath. Maybe even draw the Hellkite. No. Misty, crack Misty. I guess we only have access to 5 mana. So we'll just get a Breeding Pool tapped, play Birthing Ritual. Actually, we should have played this untapped and cycled Indatha Triumph. Alright, trigger. We find Hellkite. Sacrifice here. Get a Hellkite. Eat the Power Plant. And they do have a lot of basics in this deck, so it's not like lights out for mana, but at least we're keeping them off Tron. There's Tower. Undergrowth Recon. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So everything we destroy, they're just going to get back. They have all the Tron lands in the graveyard. It's going to take them a while, though. Maybe they'll be dead before they actually all come back. Or we can just keep Hellkiting. Oh, never mind. Okay. Just kidding. Alright, we're going to play the Indatha Triumph. Cast Leyland Binding. Eat the Camera. It's like the Spider-Man card, right? Attack with both. They chump. Move to end step. Find another Hellkite. Sacrifice this one. Go get another one. Eat the Tower. And that's good enough. Alright, so that was 5-color Ritual in Modern. I really think we could have got the 5-0 there. Definitely missequenced on some lands, some flooding, some mana screw, but it's going to happen. I think when the games were going pretty well for both sides, our deck felt really good. When we were able to get our engine going with Agent and Birthing Ritual, the deck felt unstoppable because we just had so much grind, so much value, and there was like nothing our opponent could do. I did like that our first matchup was against the Simic Ritual deck. This deck just goes way over the top of that deck, so that was pretty cool. Otherwise, we got to show off Hellkite against Tron, and beating some of the best decks in Modern. I'd say if you haven't tried this deck and you really like Simic Birthing Ritual, then you're really going to like this deck. Always cascading into Birthing Ritual just feels so good. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this Ritual video. If you want to see more Modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.